Pasco Hernando State College, Dr. Timothy Beard, Hernando Superintendent John Stratton. Then we have the commissioners from the Hernando County Commission. So I want to thank them and really thank you for being here for what is another great announcement. We've been able to really do a lot and bring a lot of good financial support to a lot of great programs throughout the state. Over the last 2 weeks, we're focusing on infrastructure that could, of course, help facilitate economic growth, as well as job training and workforce development. And we've been able to do things all across the state. We were in St. Pete Beach. We've been in the Space Coast. We've been in Northwest Florida. We were in Collier County the other day. And so here in Hernando, we're excited to be able to be here and really make I think what will be a really big difference at expanding opportunities for workforce education. So today what we'll be doing is officially awarding $6.1 million to Hernando County to construct a new education center for workforce training programs. And this will be a collaboration between the county, between Pasco Hernando State College, and between the Hernando County School Board. And so this will actually have a Pasco Hernando State College campus. We'll host the new Suncoast Technical Education Center, and students will be able to enroll in programs for a variety of in-demand industries related to manufacturing, education, healthcare, and aviation. These are really significant opportunities that can really provide young people with really great job prospects. And if you look at what you can do, particularly in this aviation, one of the reasons we're here is these folks that are involved in that, they're making really good income right off the bat if they have those skills. So these are really high demand skills, and if we can provide the foundation, if we can provide tools for folks to be able to develop those, we're going to have an awful lot of opportunities for an awful lot of students. But in reality, it really helps the state beyond that, because the more and more people see that we're committed to that, this is more and more likely to be a place where they're going to want to do some of these key things because they know they have the workforce that's going to be able to support it. So today's announcement means over the last couple weeks we've invested nearly $15 million from the Governor's Job Growth Grant Fund to support workforce education in the state of Florida, and that's in addition to a lot of the other programs that we do and have been doing for since I've been governor. And this is building off a lot of the success we've had. When we came in 2019, our goal was to make Florida #1 in workforce education by the year 2030. Since 2019, we're getting closer to that goal. We've increased enrollment in post-secondary career and technical education by nearly 50% across the state. We've added 50 new apprenticeship programs, and overall last year we awarded 15,000 more industry certificates than we did in the year 2019, and I'm assuming we'll probably end up beating 2020 this year in 2021. So that's really significant, and it's making a big difference. And the opportunities that kids will be able to have starting in the high schools, which I think is really important, and some of the things they're offering, and then getting them opportunities. And you have some kids that get these certificates, they still go to a traditional four-year college, and that's fine too. We just want people to be able to have as many opportunities as possible. So we continue to add private sector job growth here in the state of Florida. If you look at the numbers, August of 2021 in Florida, the hotel revenue was up, I think, 12% over August of 2019 pre-COVID. And so if you talk to folks when COVID hit, obviously that threw a lot of things for a loop, and we, of course, wanted people to be able to work and businesses to be open, all that, and supported and protected them. And I think throughout all that, they were like, man, if we could just get back to 2019. Well, now 2021 is exceeding 2019, and so that was kind of viewed as like the golden era, the peak of a lot of the particularly hospitality and tourism and all that. Now we're exceeding that, and to do it so much in a month of August, which is not typically our high season, you know that we're doing something right. So we are going to continue with that momentum. We are, of course, very concerned about some of the things that we see coming out of Washington. I think this inflation is really significant. I think it's going to kneecap a lot of folks. It's basically an invisible tax on people, and to dismiss it like it has been done, this is real inflation, and it's going to affect pretty much every aspect of our economy. And so that's something that's going to be really, really significant. When you look at how much gas has gone up, when you look at how much groceries have gone up, that pinches the budgets of families all throughout, not only Florida, but throughout this country. So maybe try to do something different. I mean, if we have these gas prices spiking, why are you closing the Keystone pipeline? Why are you doing these other things and then begging OPEC to lower the price? That's not the position you want to be in. You want to be putting our folks here first. And I'm also concerned about the effect that having these heavy-handed vaccine mandates are going to have. Now, we're obviously going to contest Biden's mandate, but if you think about it, we have a lot of industries that are already short-staffed. If you do that, even if a very small number of folks end up losing their jobs, that's bad in and of itself. For those folks, people should not lose their jobs over this, but it's also really going to end up making us even more short-handed in key areas. We're looking at the supply chain and what's happening there. We're going to have an announcement on that very soon here in Florida, because I think we can maybe pick up some of the slack where some of these other areas are leaving off. But suffice it to say, you know, we've got a lot of great things going on in this state. We're going to continue doing it. We're going to make difference whenever we can. But we also have to recognize some of the things that's happening on a national level is really really concerning, and it really does, I think, commend maybe doing things a little bit different. So hopefully they'll get the picture and try to come in and help folks out. All right, we're going to have Richard Corcoran come up, and then we're going to hear from Dr. Tim Beard, and then we'll hear from Senator Simpson.
You need a check first, Governor.
Oh, yeah, actually, it's the best part. We're going to present 6 million smackers to everybody. So who are we doing the photo with? We do the board? Why don't we do the board?
We'll scoot over here.
You guys all in? Is everybody in?
Yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Governor. I just want to say it wasn't too long ago we created the Job Growth Grant Fund, and it was exactly for this type of purpose. Is the governor ought to have a fund where he can make immediate and quick and nimble investments in infrastructure and education, and those investments are something that benefit the entire community, the entire society, all citizens. And this is a perfect example. You're going to have people's lives transformed. Not only are these, the SunTech and the Pasco Hernando, those students are going to come here, and in a matter of weeks, they're going to leave with a real credential, and that credential is aligned to what we know are real job openings in this area. And so it literally, now they can put real food on the table for their family and have a real career, and real hope in life. It changes people's entire vision of what could happen. And then normally what we know is when they get that first stackable credential, they want the second one and the third one, and all they do is continue on a tremendous trajectory to success. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Dr. Beard and Superintendent Stratton, so happy that you guys have been working to put this together. The legislature has been great. Going back to the Job Growth Fund, I think the legislature gets to see firsthand the benefit of having a Job Growth Fund for the governor, and maybe you guys can increase it a little next year. That'd be great. But I also want to say, the governor touched on it, but what it comes down to, more than anything, is leadership. You know, we have, I like to joke now and say that, and it's not really funny, but we have two border issues that affect our country, and one of them is absolutely just an abomination. But the other one is just a great story and a success story of freedom, and that's Florida's border. Every single day, we have businesses who are trying to reinvigorate, relocate to the state of Florida. I think we have 27 businesses that have been bought in under Governor DeSantis, already made $1.5 billion in investment, 10,000 plus jobs. In addition to that, we have people pouring into our state every day for freedom. They want the opportunity to come to a SunTech and a Pasco Hernando, earn a real credential, get the face-to-face instruction. They want their children to be able to come to schools and get real face-to-face academic instruction. And so I will tell you guys both, do not be surprised that when this opens in short order, you're going to see a lot of California, New Jersey, New York, and Illinois license plates in that parking lot. and that's a good thing. But it all comes down to one thing. It comes down to Governor DeSantis' leadership. Leadership is everything, and Florida is a beacon of freedom and hope for the rest of the country, and these types of programs through the Job Growth Fund are exactly what it's designed for, to give that hope and give that encouragement to people to have a new career and a new start. So thank you very much, Governor, and I wish you guys the best of luck and congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have Dr. Beard.
First today, on behalf of our Pasco Hernando State College faculty, staff, students, administrators, District Board of Trustees, and our chair, Mrs. Marilyn Pearson Adam, we want to say thank you, Governor. Your esteem and illustrious leadership certainly is very transformational in making this happen. Senator Simpson, thank you. Commissioner Richard Corcoran, and to all our state legislators, local and elected officials, your unwavering support and commitment to the citizens of Hernando County certainly will not go unnoticed. Back to our great governor, Governor Ron DeSantis, a few years ago, you made the Florida college system aware, including PHSC, your commitment to make this state the #1 workforce development state in the nation for as workforce education, and you said we would do it by 2030. Let me say without reservations and hesitation, your actions here today, as well as the actions in which we have observed throughout this state, indeed will make your promise a reality. I am willing to say, given the commitment we have seen from our governor, our Commissioner of Education, our local legislative delegation, and the legislature, I think we ought to move this 2030 up to 2025. The power and level of your demonstrated actions to financially support workforce and career technical education programs and infrastructure is indeed, again, transformational. The funding that is being provided here today by your office will build and further support and fulfill the dreams of the citizens, but more importantly, our students here in Hernando County. We have indeed witnessed here in Hernando County synergy, perhaps like we have not seen in any other region of this state in recent history. It is extremely rare to see a state college, a public school district, a board of county commissioners, and manufacturers working together with the governor and the legislators to construct an educational facility that will literally change the lives of a generation of students. The Citizens Center for Success will be located directly behind us. Across the street from this location will house the Pasco Hernando State College Corporate College, Hernando County School System Suncoast Technical Education Center, and the Hernando County Commission Government Building. With this financial assistance you're providing us with today, Mr. Governor, you indeed put a stamp on the letter with a message in it that says that in Hernando County, education is still the most powerful weapon we have to change our world. Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Thank you. Okay, Senator Simpson.
I just would like to thank the governor for being here today to highlight what's happening in Hernando County. The governor took some bold steps, to keep this state open during COVID, and this is one more commitment to us for vocational jobs. You don't have to have a 4-year degree to make $38 an hour, $48 an hour, and this facility, when built, and I was very proud the governor signed that earlier this year, the $9.5 million for the school system, the collaboration between the community college, the school board, and the local county commission was very impressive, but these were the last dollars needed to bring this to fruition, and we're very proud, Governor, that you've stood with us, you've kept Florida open, and this is part of continuing to build on those jobs that's going to be necessary for the future, so thank you.
All right. In both Pasco and Hernando counties have done pretty well in the last several years because you have Senator Simpson. So, and look, we're happy to do it because we're really bullish on this part of the state, and we know that you have, as Dr. Beard said, great collaboration, and that really makes a big difference. And I particularly am glad that the school system is involved, because I think you need to start providing this type of education and opportunities when the students are still in high school. I don't think you wait until they get out. So we're going to have those opportunities. You're going to be working it in seamlessly obviously with Pasco Hernando State College, and then all the manufacturers and all the different businesses in the area are going to know that this is something that that they can rely on to be able to hire people to fill needs. And I think what will end up happening is you will then see other companies in either parts of the state, but most likely in other states, who will want to move some of their operations, and this will be a reason why they want to do it, because they come and they know that they have really strong workforce, and they know Florida's commitment to workforce is very, very strong. We've got about 500,000 job openings in the state of Florida, and I think some of that will filter in time. I think that there's still a hangover from COVID and some of what happened early on with some of that. But I do think that some of those jobs, when you provide people with skills, they're going to seamlessly be able to move right into a lot of really good paying jobs. And that's going to be a great thing for individuals' opportunity, and it's going to be a great thing for continuing Florida's economic success. So happy to do the $6 million. Looking forward to this project's completion, and I'm sure we'll be doing even more in the upcoming legislative session when it relates to workforce and skills-based education. Okay, with that, I could take a couple questions. Well, we actually were in Hernando County on Saturday night, and the First Lady is obviously going through the battle, but she really wanted to come and talk to the folks. And so I was the keynote speaker, but as I started the speech, I thanked everyone for all the outpouring of support. And I said, she's actually here and would love to thank you. So she came in, and it was really an inspirational message, an inspirational moment. And basically her message is, this is not something that anyone should have to deal with, but unfortunately these things happen in life. And so the key is she's going to respond with courage and determination, and she's not going to be denied. She's going to do whatever she needs to do to fight back. And so I think that she's on the path to doing that. I provide all the support I can, and we have so many great family and friends that have been supportive. But I think her attitude is she's just not going to be denied. And I think talking to people, it's interesting when something like this happens, so many people have reached out to share their stories. Some are going through it now. Some have gone through it. And I think the one common theme that I've taken away is when you trust in God, when you have the positive attitude, and when you know there's going to be good days and bad days, but you're not going to be denied getting the light at the end of the tunnel, that's when we have the best success stories. And so I think she's of that mindset now. And it's not an easy thing to go through. And there's a lot of things that happen in life. Unfortunately, there's a lot of afflictions that we see. But I think some of the outpouring with breast cancer, just because this tends to affect a lot of mothers. And these are the folks that are really the centerpiece of our communities. And certainly she's the centerpiece of our family. And we have very young kids, and many other women who get affected with this. Some of them have kids that are a little older than ours, but you tend to see that very frequently. And so that really, I think, rocks the foundations of families. And I think that's just why it really strikes a chord with people, because they've gone through it, or they know people that have gone through it, and they understand. So, but I think her fight is inspirational to me. And I said at the dinner, she's going to be back better than ever. I don't know when, but I know it's going to happen.
Governor, speaking of what you're saying in terms of inflation in Washington, what are your strategies to offset that from going through the state?
So we're actually working on some things. I mean, particularly when you look at the increase of gas prices, to have gas prices go up almost 50%, that absolutely hammers people, because that's a fixed cost for a lot of folks who are commuting to work every day. It's not like, I mean, if there's inflation across the board, but if there's certain things that go up that you can substitute, then people can make those decisions. It's hard to get to work if you can't get in your car and go, so they're having to do it, and they're really having to eat the price of the gas. And so we're going to look to see what can we do to maybe provide relief to some of our consumers, and so or some of our commuters. So I think that'll be something that we'll be working on, and potentially could even work with the legislature to see what we can do on that. We're also working. I'm going to have an announcement soon. We're going to be working on, and I think I had mentioned it briefly, this supply chain. You see these boats, these ships. They're just sitting there off these coasts. This stuff's not getting here. You see shortages developing. That's not something that we've really experienced, certainly in my adult lifetime, that I can remember. And so you're seeing all this stuff with the supply chain. What can Florida do to make sure that these goods can come to market more efficiently? I think we may be able to do some things. So we're going to do whatever we can. And again, we will probably have some announcements very soon along those lines. All right, well, we will see you guys soon. I'm sure we're going to be doing more in this part of the state with all the great work that's being done. So thanks guys. Appreciate you. Yep, appreciate it.
Make the left and put my bed ready.